ran kararo na podi Madalena ke akaru ngatomuni aranyare boisha yang ala jumas ranya grup lo choto ya karya yang arumnya ngatomuni are olo chia karu abua todo nyaung bakatanka epe bakatanga meang auni tadang bakatanka ninga gata jama pemire gwe sia ya gelu ngai kinai am ko koroi daga ga unche bisina za ageda gwa teriam nyawo so gwa nike kilem yo nyawo ya ta gela apelor kya nya chara nya mano kida akandala idi apelor kya na ya lo tisia gwa nyo grup atuna awozo na gwa teriam ni.
The main objectives of this grant are to increase youth and women economic empowerment, but also to for greater gender equality. The partners that we work with are specific to the different objectives of this program. And under women economic empowerment, we work with the Uganda National Apiculture Development Organization, TUNADO, who works with smallholder beekeepers.
Before we started working with Oxfam, the beekeeping sector, when you look at the composition, it was more of an inverted pyramid. Very few youth, very few women, and a lot of elderly men. People hunt honey at night, and it is for the brave. So women were not attracted to it. And they would harvest at night in a society where women are not allowed to move at night. The hives were hung in trees in a society where women are not allowed to climb trees. So it was generally very exclusive of women. So we were facing quite a number of challenges, and that is what our partnership with Oxfam came to address, some of those big challenges, especially to do with an enabling environment, skill level, access to market, access to finance, and then it being inclusive.
We work with the Agency for Community Empowerment, who works with smallholder coffee farmers in West Nile.
Mapura mo ngoi project in. Sao e chalembe sheke berat ibedu yuatek. Kwade bedu matek. Sholo school fees de bedu atek. Kine yoremin wango sende sheke bedu tek.
Mapudi project in bedu ngo sende bedu nyana. Sende mun bedu nyana kwetu. Tiyu I ought bedu tek. Moko kai paru nya itim lembe ma na ngusende upe. Sama dong ma project ini binu kokoro aloka mukuti.
Hindi mo de project ini nang le ma sheka dok te ber. Wa sheka dok wa mayut. Lemde binu ka go. Le ma ketu wa shwa sayo ka lor gi kama boru pe. Ketu wa shola wiya de ma ber. A wiya de shama ber gi kendo de ma ber. Hari wan gi wa de what you ber. Oil fake gi gwen gi yegi gi sheke en pinwan wang ko di project en akashon lema en gi bedu pe.
We are partnered with the Oxfam because we share the same vision of women economic empowerment, and we looked at coffee as one of the enterprise that can really benefit the communities. But from the very beginning we saw a lot of challenges that we wanted to address with this project, that Oxfam came in timely to help us address these challenges.
And the women economic empowerment component is basically looking at how we engage women at all stages of the value chain. But as the chain goes higher to where there is more value attached, then the women start to drop off and the men take over. So our intention is to balance this and see men engage with women.
In order for us to empower these women and also ensure that households work together, we have trained them, we have used the GAS methodology. It's a very, very powerful tool that has really enabled households come together. They are working together to ensure that both men and women do appreciate each other. When they're in the household, they appreciate the benefit of working together in a household.
Under the youth economic empowerment, we work with Uganda Youth Network. We work with the International Foundation for Rural Development. It's basically looking at how do young people engage in income generating activities, but also in advocating for things or for issues that affect youth in their communities.
Uganda Youth Network came up with this project, Youth Ignite Change, that was aimed at improving and increasing the involvement of young people in issues of advocacy, budget advocacy and budget processes.
Empowering youth, building up the capacity of youth to actively participate in decision-making processes and how they can take up some positions in leadership. Because initially, many issues about youth have been discussed without the youth being in the panels.
The project came up with a Youth Go Budget app that we are using. It's an app on mobile phone, it's on Google Play. We use it to gather the interests or priorities of the young people.
The Youth Go Budget app, it works in a sense that where the youth are gathered, that's where we collect their views and opinions. So we normally use this app to actually bring up the views of the youth on what issues they want to feature in the as long as their budgets are concerned.
Before I joined IFRA, things were not working well on my side because I was producing honey, but I just sell them even at no cost. Things were not, in fact, well with me because I was using a lot of effort to work, but I get little.
I learned a lot from what they have taught us with, like improving on our quality of doing things and the value addition.
The value addition training I got from IFRA has impacted a lot of knowledge into my brain this time. Because right now as I'm talking, I'm able to sell to other companies. If somebody comes to me, the price is not matching with mine, then I just do sort of a value addition by filtering, doing sort of a bit of the things, then I sell it to people at a better price. It has improved my life.
So we have engaged young people in business development trainings, entrepreneurship, savings, just to see that they don't think white-collar jobs are the only source of income.
Since we started to implement projects with Oxfam, we have seen a lot of improvement in the lives of young people. Many more young people have started jobs that they didn't have before. They've started new businesses that they didn't have before. We have seen more women becoming, more supportive to their families because of the skills that we are providing them.
Under the gender equality component, we work with Uganda Women's Network and we work with a Center for Domestic Violence Prevention.
So the work we've done with Oxfam is basically around building women's agency. And this agency, we build it within already established institutions or even individuals.
We could not even speak out We could not even go to the community and you stand and represent yourself. We were too shy. You could just imagine yourself, I'm just a mere woman. How do I really go and stand in front of people?
So working with Oxfam, we've been able to change that mindset, and we've created what we call the women's caucuses. These caucuses where women sit together, despite their different political ideologies, they are able to advance a common agenda in their respective localities.
When you look at the women caucus, you find there are executives also in the Women Council. We find that even the committees, let me look at the district committees at the district. All the chairpersons for the committees are women.
After all these trainings, we made sure that we fought for all the executive posts at the Central Division. We are all ladies.
One challenge we used to have before this training was how to approach the GVB cases. Though some were being worked on, the documentation was poor. Then the referral system was poor as well. But when the training was put in place, either refer them to police or to the hospital, whereby within the hospital you can refer them for investigations at the laboratory.
People knows that police is there to arrest and prosecute. People are even fearing us. So when these NGOs started coming in, telling people that we are behind you people, come and report, come and report. So they are open this time, but those days it used to be very difficult.
Ani kona one lomuni awaya kwade e project logo tolom ikita tamay do atamad aroma nya cham tag batono de uluchi roko lit ron no way kana bo ani ko ngini tinga ginyo ye kile pe chamiti ko kamunyo itoke ka pakeda wagno to ma police.
Our work with Oxfam, some of the key outcomes, the changes we are getting to see is that the religious institutions and cultural institutions started to advance the positive aspects of women's rights. Women's rights within cultural institutions, women's rights within religious institutions. These were the two most rigid areas but now you go to the communities, and I'm glad it's happening at the community level.
Would like to extend our appreciation to Oxfam and Irish Aid for the support that has been accorded to enabling us extend our reach when it comes to creation of violent-free relationships, but also enabling us to extend our methodologies or approaches which have been proven to work.
This has been an amazing program since we started implementing it from 2017. Oxfam, we do believe in working together with others because the problems that we are fighting, we cannot address them all on our own.